Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, it won't even show me waving.
It won't what?
Okay, it shows it here. I was waving, but it was back here, so it wasn't showing.
Your third hand.
I gotta get that I gotta get that green screen. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm gonna move this down here so I will be looking at you all and not up and away. Get everything adjusted. How is everyone today? My name is Michael Morris. I'm here with Nathan Townsend, and we are about to have a discussion about some stuff. And
Yeah,
I hope that everybody's having a great day. Um,
it's a beautiful day if
yeah,
not. I mean, it is
it's a
so close
beautiful
to
day in the
summer.
neighborhood.
It really is.
Most certainly. So I've engaged my virtual background. I am in my new home. Yeah, that's it.
It's
As you see pieces
fabulous.
of my real background coming through over my shoulder. I'm just gonna take that away in a minute, but for now, it's fun. We're gonna have fun with it today, right?
Look like you had a cabin
I need it in my life.
in the
I do.
mountains
I'm
and
on
people
retreat.
in the
I'm on
background. Yeah,
retreat.
but
I'm on
sometimes yeah,
retreat.
any kind
Yes,
of way you can
yes.
make it happen. If it's virtual, it's virtual. How
Hey,
about
how about that? And that leads us directly into today's conversation.
that?
Topic of discussion will be mental health and coping in the pandemic. So we're just going to talk about what we do, what we've heard about, what we tried, what worked, what didn't work, and really look to get some insight from you all as to a few things that you've tried that worked for you. A few things that you've experienced, maybe they didn't work for you, and you could save someone else the effort. I was going to try that. Maybe I won't. You know, um, so yeah, we definitely open up the discussion. We open up the floor. I see a couple of comments here.
Hey y'all.
I gotta
Hey.
take this virtual background away. I can't even be goofy and wave.
Hey, Facebook user. Ooh, this is going to be good.
Yes, I pray. I pray. Yes. Make it good. Make it real, real good. All right. So, let's just start off with a little bit of catching up. So, we can talk about last night. Okay, it's Morris. Hey, Morris, how are you?
This is me, Morris. I like that.
Yes.
You know who says that on the Golden Girls? The husband. Hey, it's me. Whatever his name is.
I don't remember right now. Was it Stan?
Stan. Hey, it's me,
Okay.
Stan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder if
I
he's
got a
alive,
little.
he's alive because everybody else is dead on that show. All the Golden Girls are gone.
You're right. Yeah. That's kind of sad. I don't want to talk about that.
They live good lives. They lived,
Amen.
they
Yes.
lived their lives like they were golden.
Little Jill Scott, little Jill Scott. Well, I've got coffee. What do you have?
Iced tea. Publix iced tea is the best iced tea.
Publix, just about everything is the best.
That's my
Uh-oh, uh-oh,
go-to.
uh-oh. Looky, looky.
Hey, Matthew
What's
James
going on,
Russell
Matthew?
Fields. His whole name.
I know. He said, "This is me. This is who I am. I am here, and I am
Don't get it
proud."
twisted.
Hey, that's what's up. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Um, oh, thank God I'm not sharing my screen.
Well, you gotta-
Little email pop-ups come up, and then they show you just put all. I would have, y'all would have just known all my financial business if I would have been sharing my screen. Like, oh God, no. The whole statement just came through on the screen.
uh,
But yeah,
all,
so tell
all
us
that
about last
space.
night. How was last night?
Last night was nice. It was quiet and intimate.
Okay.
Just a few, but Jack came, Jack White, AJ, Glenn Banks, Taiwan, and we
Well,
actually had.
let's not name everybody.
Well, that was everybody.
Very intimate. Very intimate. Okay.
But we had like a table talk discussion, and it was amazing.
Well,
I
that's
think
good.
yeah, it gave me an opportunity to actually get to know them because typically I'm flying around from person to person,
I'm gonna
greeting,
go, but you got
yeah,
to kind of
sit
stay
down,
and
and and that 3 hours went fast.
focus.
Mhm.
Focus. That's like been my word of the week. Focus. The word of
And
my year.
that's not a bad
Focus.
thing,
It's gonna be
but sometimes
focus.
we really
Yeah.
need to hold ourselves to that.
hmm Yeah, and to be able to sit with people and focus on who they are and allow them the opportunity to really genuinely be themselves. And you get the opportunity to see them in their
Mm,
authenticity. I think that's where things become beautiful as far as the interactions between people. It's when people feel like they have to be things that they're not, that things get all confusing and complicated. Just be yourself.
yeah, you don't have to perform. You don't have to pretend.
I mean, unless that's your life. I mean, there are actors, people are into theater, there are thespians and things.
Lesbians.
That is not what I said.
I knew a
Talking about
lesbian.
actors. I know a couple now. Hey, I mean, it is what it is. A couple, to say the least. Yeah. So, well, on Monday night, we did some outreach. We did a karaoke. Um, we had gone and represented at karaoke, gave out several COVID tests and contact information for people to get in touch with us if they needed to get information or transportation to vaccinations or anything like that. Hey,
So
what's
where'd y'all
going
do this?
on? This is so awesome. What's going on, Darion? How you doing?
Where'd y'all do
What
it?
was your question?
Where
Oh, that
did you
was at
do it?
Mix on Monday. It was
Oh,
at Mix on Monday night.
I didn't come out Monday.
It was very last minute. Yeah, yeah. Well, for me, it was very last minute. But I think it went over very well. We had like 60 people there that night.
Mhm.
Um, I had about 20, 25 tests, and all of them, I gave all of those away. Um,
So did y'all get new or replenish y'all stock of tests at the office?
Not at the moment. Not yet. We are looking into several different suppliers, but we got to figure out what's what, where, who's going to pay for it, basically.
Mhm.
We do have some information that we'll be sharing um, into our virtual safe spaces as well as on our public facing page as that will link you to an order. You can order 4 tests for your house starting the end of this month, actually.
I
So I
did
think
it.
that'll be like Monday.
Yeah, I did
Yes,
it.
I did mine as well.
Yeah.
I just have to pull the link. So I'll try to get that up so I can share it here in this series. If not, we'll make sure we push it out onto all of the platforms so that everybody does have access to that. It's something that you can definitely take advantage of. Just order them for it. They will only send 4 per household. So if you have multiple people in the house, then basically you're going to have to share. So, or you just keep yours for you and have them order theirs somewhere else.
How about that?
Yes,
I was sitting
but
next
at
door
the
just
same
letting
time, what was that?
have a mail it next door, and the neighbor just say,
Go
"Oh,
snatch it. People
something
have
came."
cameras. Everybody has a camera in front of their house.
They do,
Everyone. Yes, everybody. They will
which is not a
definitely
bad
put that
thing.
camera on. It's not at this point. I got one. I'm like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But at this point, I got proof.
So, what do we have coming up as far as our events before we get into our topic? And when do you think we'll go back
That's a
live?
touchy topic. That is a touchy topic. Right now, we are trying to figure out what's the safest way to do things.
Mhm.
All the managers are meeting as far as who's going to go into the office at what point. As far as events are concerned, if we are able to do them, we'll have to be very strict. They'll have to be, masked events. They'll have to be very limited capacity, 20, maybe 30 people. I'm just waiting on a word back from the higher ups as to what is going to be the safest compromise, the safest balance for the space. Of course, we're talking about, once weather permits, then we can do things in the outdoor setting, and that'll allow more people to actually come and partake of the events and resources and different things that we offer. But until that point, we're kind of dealing with hit and miss with this weather because it's really cold. So we don't want people outside, but we can't have too many people cramped inside. We want to keep the doors open. So again, it's just trying to figure out how do we really do this safely for everybody, So we're working all those details out and we'll keep everyone posted. Um,
Focus,
let's
focus.
see. I did. How you
Focus.
like that? I did. It popped up and I looked at it,
Oh, I was just invited to an event and I have to be boosted. So that's what they're requiring.
I guess. So that may be, depending on the person, depending on the and I don't know that we'll ever get to the point that well, I don't know. Let me not speak on that. Let me not speculate because I don't know what tomorrow is really going to hold when it comes to that. We have to be careful.
Because at
Yeah.
City Winery, you have to bring your vaccination record.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of the I know I've seen it that it's coming up in a lot of our like the health apps
Hmm.
because mine shows up inside of my primary care one. I think it even shows up in my healthcare, United Healthcare one. So there's always a way to, if you have been vaccinated, you have been boosted, you have a digital record of that as well as that paper card if you have access to certain platforms, right? I know
Guess what
mine
my
is
platform is?
Hilo.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Guess what my platform is?
Well, some people have Hilo. I have Hilo, but I used to have my chart, so that's still on my phone.
I got my
Um,
photos.
who? You
My
said my photo.
photos.
That
I just
works too. Like,
and I had to
it's right
remember, oh,
here.
here. Yeah. I have my
Yeah,
license in my
yeah.
photo.
Absolutely.
Just in
Hold on,
case I
we've got a
need to
couple more
use the house
comments.
and
I'm trying to get
allow.
to them here.
Yes, sir.
And then here, I want to say I read. Oh, well, I don't know. I think maybe people may be thinking like that because they're so ready to get back to it. I don't know. I haven't really heard, I haven't seen this. So I'm not sure what was read. If you could share that, maybe a link to the article or a snippet copy. Well, I would say copy and paste, but if I put all that on the screen, it's going to take up the whole thing. So I don't know, but I'll be
And
on the lookout. I want more info on that. Say more, please say more for that. Because while this is definitely a platform for us to all share, we have to be mindful and make sure that we are sharing accurate, true
vetted
information.
information. Yeah.
Very, yes, because we don't want to we're on Facebook and they will put us in Facebook jail. And we just don't want that,
They have
that's just
fact
time
checkers.
away from everybody. Hmm.
Yeah. They have fact checkers. We had a post and they said that something in that post was inaccurate, and so they took that out. It was from one of our users.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, we just want to make sure that we are vetting and bringing all of the correct information to everyone. So, I want to hear more. So, if you have a link or something, we'll pull it up and we can look through it and do whatever we need to do to credit or discredit whatever we need to do. But um, I know that I believe there is still like a spike, but I can pull up this. Actually, I had to pull it up on Monday before I went. Well, you know what? We're supposed to be talking about coping, right? Mental health. Let's get back to that. We will have our COVID segment. Y'all stay tuned. We'll pull all the numbers and all that. We can do all that as well.
Well, we
But
can
I
do that
really,
next week.
hmm,
We can do that next week. We can be intentional about it.
just we can have the whole thing. We can even bring on a couple people who have experienced, or just yeah, we'll tease that out. We'll definitely work that out so that it's a lot more structured for the people. But in the meantime, I did want to talk about one of the apps that I had previously used. It's called BetterHelp, and I know that they have a free trial basically, where you can kind of sign up and talk to counselors. You can chat with them and do a video conference through your phone, and it's really not that expensive. Some people's insurance may cover it, but if you don't have insurance, I would say maybe that free trial is an option to at least begin that process. I had gone through a couple of weeks and they provided me with a whole bunch of like resources and worksheets and stuff to go through. Um, so it was really helpful for me in dealing with what I was dealing with at the time. Because we all have just I'm sure very, very mixed emotions, mixed feelings, mixed everything. There's the whole fatigue, COVID fatigue, just being tired of it, just being over it, tired of being in the house all the time, tired of the virtual settings, tired of my blurry hand. Um,
It's like you're a magician. Watch me make it disappear. Don't get the wrong finger up there. But my health plan is Humana,
mhm,
and they have a free program that's virtual. And what
mhm.
they do is they connect you with a therapist and a psychiatrist, and you
Okay.
determine what your goals are. And the psychiatrist session is like maybe 20 minutes. And I want to
Mhm.
say that the therapist session is probably like 40 minutes,
Okay.
and it's all virtual, and it's free.
Mhm.
So it's not even charging your plan. It actually comes from the plan. And that's one of the things that I had discovered in the midst of COVID. And
Mhm.
they actually solicited me. It wasn't something I went looking for. They said, no, we have this free service. Would you
Mhm.
be interested? And at that particular time, I couldn't go into my provider anyway. So it actually, was a
Worked out
godsend
very
because,
timely. Yeah.
yeah. And really got to know the therapist very well. Um, and people need to access their health plan to see if they have something similar. And
Definitely. I know.
it's also through an app. So it was through an
Mhm.
app. You did all your scheduling through their app and all of that.
Definitely. I was
It's
trying to
called
think
Mind.
of I know
It's
United. Hmm,
The app was called Mind Strong.
okay. Mind strong. Yeah. I mean, go to your app store and find different things on like meditation, grounding and centering, therapy, mental health, holistic health even. Sometimes there are different things that can tie in activities, physical activities to, mental health exercises to really help boost your overall being, like just help you become a little more elevated. Because I know for me, it becomes really, it's like the one space thing. I'm like, I can't, I'm in this space so much that now I have to get out of this space, but it's just like, well, don't want to go anywhere now. So it's this weird back and forth. Like, I want to go somewhere, but I don't want to go nowhere. I want to go somewhere, but I don't want to go nowhere. So then you go places and you mask up and you do everything that you can, but then you're still kind of paranoid in the back of your head.
Mhm.
So, like, what is that? How do you how do you manage that? Like, is it more of a, I'm just gonna go, or is it more of a, maybe I'll just chill, or does it go back and forth? Do you have a little bit of both?
So for me, I think for me, when they first started in 2020,
Hmm.
they kept saying on the news that if you had a compromised immune system or underlying health conditions, and if you were over 65, you are the person that's most at risk. And I think I kept hearing that and hearing that and hearing that. And it built up a certain level of anxiety. It was like I was cool
Hmm.
until I kept being saturated, with these warnings. And it was kind of ominous. And
Hmm.
so I retreated like so much that I was ordering everything online, my shopping online. I didn't go out. I don't think I had a car at the time. So I didn't go to any kind of appointments. And basically, the only person I saw was my roommate. And it
Hmm.
got to the point where I was like, well, I felt hopeless and I felt
Hmm.
helpless and I felt isolated. And what we started doing in Silver Lining that's when we started having virtual meet and greets and
Hmm.
virtual chats. And that created like a sense of relief because
Right.
now I was in touch with people and I was able to not focus on just being isolated, but I was able to, connect. And so what I did, one of my coping skills at that point was instead of calling people like my family or my
Hmm.
friends, every time I would reach out through video mechanism, so either
Hmm.
Facebook or FaceTime or
Right.
through because it gave me a sense of being with them. Talking on the phone was not, what I needed. And
That's
to
what's
this
up.
day,
And
that's what I continue to do. When I call home,
mhm,
it's FaceTime, so I can
it's a
just see.
face to face, so you can see that person. I
Mhm,
get it. I get it. That helps so much when you can interact or at least see the expressions and the person that you are speaking to. Um, I'm curious about like how they because just like they say they talk about COVID fatigue, they talk about Zoom fatigue, they talk about all these fatigues. Like people are just kind of worn out. Like what can we do to make things more engaging in these virtual spaces? Like, I think at this point what I'm trying to figure out is how can we get the message across without, totally dominating people's time and stuff, but
mhm,
also giving them enough time that we can really give them the information that they need and interact with them so that we can get the feedback that we need. Because it's like even with these conversations, we want to tailor them to what you all, the audience,
mhm.
want us to talk about, so that we can get more listeners, more viewers, more followers, essentially, as we are, extending onto these new platforms. But that feedback is really that back and forth, that interaction is really valuable. So in that space, I'm looking to the comments. I don't have anything there yet, but I'm curious about how some of our listeners or viewers today, how do you deal with like Zoom fatigue and like FaceTime fatigue? Like I'm just tired of electronics and I have to be around someone. What do you do then? I'm curious. Like just or do you have those moments? Some people are fine but some people cannot do that isolation. And I think that's the biggest thing that I really want to talk about today. If you are feeling that sense of isolation, that I want to talk about the different ways that people have done things so that if you're thinking about doing some of the things, you can make an informed decision about those things. You know what I mean? So that
Mhm.
it's not so much by trial and error or hit and fumble. It's more of okay, so we talked about this on the show. I am feeling a certain way. I do want to go out. So what I'm going to do is look for an event that's at maybe an open air venue or, and I know that everybody's going to be masked up, or maybe it is something that you want to make sure that everybody's masked up and vaccinated. What are your personal rules of engagement in
I like
dealing with
that.
other
What are your personal
people?
rules of engagement? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What are your personal rules of engagement in dealing with other people? As someone who is I don't wanna get COVID again, especially a worst case of whatever. The case that I had was very mild, so it passed very quickly. Um, oh, I'm sorry. And I didn't have those horrible symptoms that I would hear about. I
Mhm.
think I just had maybe one day that I felt more so under the weather.
Okay.
But it wasn't, I was like, it didn't, thank God, it wasn't like Omicron or any of the new interesting and hard hitting or whatever types of variants that may be out there. Um, but for other people, it was very different, maybe more painful, more to deal with, so I could understand them being even more fearful of being
Mhm.
around people. But still, even in spite of that fear, you still get that loneliness, right? You still have that feeling of that isolation. So it's it's like you're torn. Like, I can't, but I have to. But I can't, but I have to. So how do you deal with that? I see a comment popped up. I'm trying to get back over to it. Here we come. See.
Wow.
hmm Yeah. A lot of places are coming to that. And, even with that, I have curiosities, because it's like
That still doesn't
now
prevent you getting Omicron.
I was just about to say, were they still masked in these bars? Because if the people come in and they show that they were boosted and vaccinated, but they were still not wearing masks, you can still contract and spread COVID if you're vaccinated and boosted, or it basically. So, it's a combination, it's a layering of these preventive measures that's going to really prevent that spread. Like you have to be it's not getting those droplets that that transmission. It's blocking that transmission, right? So if we have the mask and then we're vaccinated on top of that, then those things help us to not contract it. But then if we're in situations where we're not adhering to those things, like we get comfortable, I got comfortable,
And then it's
you know,
economy because this new variant, they say that you can't wear just the surgical mask, that that doesn't provide enough of a barrier.
but it has to be the N95, right?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
the president's supposed to be making those available at CVS for free. And I forget the number
Okay.
that you can get a certain amount for free and just walk into CVS.
We'll make sure we share all of that information back
Mhm.
to the networks. Yeah. Let's see here. We have another comment here. If I feel like I need to be around people, I would have certain friends to stop by or hang out and go places where we're outside or we'll have space where fresh air is present as well. And I think that's a safe option. You
Mhm.
know, if you limit the
And limit
areas that you're
those that
going,
you're on too, as
and
far
the
as
amount of people that
doing
you're
that.
around because yeah. So smaller groups, every like, hey, you do your check-in with everybody. So everybody fine. You're not
Mhm.
feeling, you want to take a temperature, you want to take a COVID test before we meet up. Like, I hate to say it, but I
I
mean,
swab you at the
sometimes
door,
you
homie.
just
I ain't frisking you, but Imma swab
no,
you.
swab yourself at the house, please. Swab yourself at the house and figure out what's good before we leave, and we'll take it from there. Um, but yeah, I think that that's a really great idea. That was one of the things that I had done early on uh, in the pandemic, right?
Mhm.
Um, I had maybe one friend, and we would just
Hanging.
like, hey, what you doing? Okay, cool, I'm on the way.
Mhm.
And we would just do everything and just like, okay, we're gonna drink today. Okay, cool, we're off. It's the weekend. Let's go. We're just gonna take a ride. Like it would just be
Extemporaneous.
regular and random
Mhm.
things. Yeah. But that really helped get us through that time. You know what I mean? Like it was very much that relief, that escape from all of the lockdown, all of the Zoom, all of the virtual, you know. Um, so that I think is a really good idea, like having certain friends that like you all are doing everything on the same terms. You're all following the rules. You're all masking up when you're out. You're all vaccinated. You're all doing everything you can, essentially, not to get COVID or bring it back to anyone else. Um, so if you do have a group of friends, quarantine crew, then
Right.
that's who you can kick it with. You know what I mean? So that hey, I don't see anything wrong with having a quarantine crew. You've got a certain group of folks that everybody knows, everybody's good. We're gonna constantly check in on each other, but we are fine hanging out with each other in smaller groups, especially outdoors. I dig that. You know what I mean?
So the good thing though also is that we have different platforms within our platforms that we make available. You know, with Darion being on, we have that self-love peer group, peer support group,
Hmm.
which has
Hmm.
been, even when we talk about Zoom fatigue, it's I think the fatigue is not so much Zoom, but it's meetings. It's having to be pensive and poised and present, in somebody's face. Whereas these support groups that we have are more relaxed, more guided, and more intentional to provide, a therapeutic experience. And so we have several of those that we engage users.
Yeah, so we have a couple more in development as well. Specifically just there to offer another opportunity, another
Mhm.
space, another safe space for you to be able to interact, to get some advice, to get something off your chest, you know. Let's see, I do see another comment here. Oh
I
yeah,
was
here we
wondering
go.
when he was going to come in.
Hmm.
I was wondering when Matthew was going to say something.
Yeah, I was about to say he been said something, didn't he?
Not
Well,
his
yeah, he
usual.
said, hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Mhm.
He says, I think COVID has changed the way we interact on a permanent basis. I think in order to maintain our mental health, we have to find things to do that make us comfortable. Working out helps me. Yeah, but I feel better going early in the morning when there may not be many people there. I also get together with friends and socially distance. Yeah, same thing. You're taking those precautions. You're doing what you need to do. Wait, where did that go? Oh, okay. No, those were the other
You
ones.
know what has really
It's
been helping me
just
as
scrolled
well?
up.
My
Hmm.
pets. My pets.
Mm,
We just rescued another dog,
okay.
and so that's there's a certain level of comfort that comes. Like I've been getting closer to them,
Okay.
and I said like saying, "Why you all up on me now? You know, I'm down on the floor with them. You in my space," but it gives me a sense of peace and comfort.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so I think that people who have pets that's an also good alternative.
That is a great
Yeah,
opportunity
and you
to
don't have to
get some
socially distance.
interaction and energy.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And you don't have to socially distance from them. This one is up here knocking on the door now.
Well, I'm gonna have a little social distance because I don't believe in dogs licking me in the mouth and stuff.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
No, 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 no.
Especially if
Okay,
they be licking too many other places.
I'm good. I am so good.
And she
But
looked at me and said,
mhm.
"No, I was gonna say something bad." Let me just say, she said, "I don't know where your mouth been either." She said, "You see where mine is."
You see what I'm doing? I can't see you. That's too funny. Lord have mercy. Put that baby in the bed before you do your adult stuff.
No, because she will learn
Not
new
that.
tricks.
No, their bed. No, they're in the other room, not yours. No, that's not what I meant. Oh my goodness. You. That is too funny. But yes, I do um encourage people to, reach out to your friends and talk to them. And,
But
I
really
think that
talk to them.
it's yeah, yeah, like if you can FaceTime or Messenger, you can do the Messenger video, you can do Google Hangouts, there's always a different way to do the like a video chat. And I'm trying to monitor my comments and make sure that I'm not missing anything. Um, but it's like really important to maintain those connections to people.
Mhm.
I had gotten to a point where I sometimes get to a point where I tell myself I'm okay by myself. And to a certain degree I am. I think
You
we
are,
all
yeah.
can be. But to a greater degree, we're not built like that, right?
No,
We're
we're social
kind of
creatures.
made to be with other people.
Mhm.
So that's what makes this so hard because it's like while I understand why I can't, there's this driving need for me too. So we have to find the balance, right? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the park, something outdoors. Call a couple people, come meet me at the park. Let's barbecue, let's grill out or something. Hey, that's a cool idea. Um, but there are other things that I think have kind of put me a little bit more on edge, especially more recently. Um, but I think that it really boils down to me being on top of my game when I'm in those environments because I can't control what everybody else is doing.
No, you can't.
I personally can. I'm not security. I'm not the bouncer. I don't do that.
So,
Okay.
when we were talking one time, we started talking about how do people access their spirituality um,
Hmm.
in this type of environment. We realized everybody doesn't go to church or it's
Right.
not oriented. And we
Right.
had actually discussed about having a spirituality group that would just help people commune with the universe. And
Hmm.
so one of the things that I do is I have a lot of subliminal music that I download from YouTube.
Hmm.
And sometimes instead of just having the TV on, I'll
You'll
have this.
listen to that.
Yeah, and it's calming, it's relaxing. You can focus on, what you're working on, but also be saturating your mind with higher vibrations to
It's
help.
the higher frequency music.
Mhm. Yeah,
I know I listened to those too. There was like a 333 megahertz, and
yeah.
yeah, there's
I listen them to sleep.
Those are always awesome.
And
Yeah,
guess
but
what?
they do some the vibrations are very calming,
Mhm.
and they stimulate
Parts of the
different
brain.
energies within you.
Mhm.
Right. Um, so that's definitely something that people can do on their own. Go to YouTube and look for just put in MHZ, and I'm sure a bunch of them will pop up. And they'll and they're essentially like just music. There's no words. Usually there aren't any words.
Mhm.
Not the ones that I've come across. There haven't been any words.
But it's
Um,
subliminal messaging.
right. So there's something in the tones, and then there's some
Mhm.
underlying stuff that's coming through. So, they'll always say in the title, this one is for healing, this one is for
Right.
protection, this one is for spiritual connection, this one is for this, so this one is for love, or, so it's just like finding the one that's in tune with what it is that you're really trying to work on.
Mhm. I play
Yeah,
that one that said,
definitely.
"Go to sleep right away," and I'll put that on like, "Ha, ha, ha." I
But
be
I'm
like,
sure it's still working in your dreams. Still working in your dreams. So, I mean,
I
it
wake up
it
smart.
works. I have to ask what you're listening to, but I'm not gonna ask that on the air. Send that in a separate message so we can keep this show going.
I said I wake up smart. I ain't say nothing. What?
I heard you. You ain't even said it, and I heard you. Lord have mercy. Yes, dude. So, let's see. We talked about those things. I do want to. Now, they did invite us back this coming Monday, but I don't have any more COVID tests, so I don't know if I'll be back doing the. Hey, that was like one of the biggest things.
Mhm.
Um, I was really popular. Those tests were really popular.
Go right there.
I was like, oh my goodness, y'all, look, just use them, please. Just if it
That's my
turns
thing. I hope
now,
that they don't just take them. I hope they use them.
use them. They're,
Yeah.
they're the purpose is to use them. If you ever get to a point where you're like, I don't feel good, I don't feel right, that's when you grab one, swab yourself, see what's up. If it, says that you're reactive positive for COVID, then you know that you need to quarantine.
It's a
It's 2
10-minute
tests
test.
in every one of the box.
Mhm.
So you just, wait a few days, test yourself again, and that'll let you know how you're progressing through it or whatnot. But definitely, when you come into a situation, you have to quarantine yourself, lock yourself away. Just do it. It's gonna be hard, but just do it.
But most of the
But
anxiety
aside
is
from
taken
that,
away by the test because you
mhm,
don't have. I said most of the anxiety is taken away by the test because you don't have to
mhm,
wait 3 days for results. You get your results
yeah.
in minutes.
Right, right. Yeah, those tests are really quick. And even the ones that we're going to share out into the networks, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be the same, like rapid
Okay.
results, like within 10 to
Mhm.
15 minutes. But I'll confirm all that and hopefully get like an image and a description for what's included. And we'll just push that into the networks and out into the community so that everyone is aware of how they can obtain those things for themselves, or at least that's set for their household.
Right. How many have y'all been giving out per household? Have you been restricted it or just been giving people one box?
No, we actually were allowed to give 4 tests or 4 boxes per person, which equated to 8 tests or
ATS.
equaled 8 tests, yeah.
Mhm.
But over the events that we were doing outreach at, I would only give them 1 or 2 of the boxes
Depending on how many
because I
people
would
are
try to
asking.
give them to more people.
Okay.
Um, and with the other one though, we have to. Now, there may be an opportunity. One of the things that we're looking at is figuring out how we can purchase a bunch of tests that we can start giving out as well. So
Mhm.
it's just a matter of who or how we can actually make that happen. So
Okay.
that's one thing that we're looking into. And then another is through our various partnerships. I know that there are different options available for linking to COVID tests and linking to free COVID tests. So maybe the people can go to, I know CVS have free, oh no, they have free vaccinations. The one I went to
And
earlier
free
today, they were
and
doing,
free test.
it's going to
Oh,
vary by site. So I
free
would
free
definitely confirm.
free test. The test there is like $20, I think, to buy a
And I
box.
guess that's if they're even doing them.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so I would definitely,
Because I
depends
bought
on
about
the circumstances.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need it.
if you really feel like you need it, then definitely go ahead. It's worth it. For me, I've still got a couple that I had from my personal supply. Um, and we're looking to get more. And once we have more available, then we'll be able to resume distributing them regularly to members of community. Like you don't have to, it won't be like a pay for this or sign your life away on this or anything. It's like totally, we want to offer it as a free service and continue to offer it as a free service. So we're working on a way to make that happen.
Good.
Most certainly. So in the meantime, what we do is another thing that we're working on is kind of trying to figure out how to like we do have discussions about different events that we want to try to do, right?
Yeah,
We had to, because at first they were planned for in person, and then because of what happened, we had to virtualize them. But now
mhm.
we're trying to see if there's a way we can work them back into in person. So it's just this really interesting
Dynamic.
dance.
Mhm.
God, dance, yes, because I feel like I'm dancing. I'm like, okay, this is, but um, it's, it is what it is. Like I said, it's because we have to go back between trying to give everybody what they want and still making sure that there's no issues with
Right.
anything in there. Sorry.
Now you know
There
you
we
can't go
go.
silent on me.
Say again.
You know you can't go silent on me.
I said sorry.
So you apologize before you
That's
lose people.
oh
Sorry.
yeah, my bad. Oops.
But I said sorry.
I slipped. It was an accident. I totally slipped. Oh my God. Um, but yeah, I just double checking to make sure we're not missing any comments here. Mm, So far, so good. Um, I think another, just like you mentioned, the like different frequency music.
Mhm, mhm.
Regular. Like I listen to a lot of like 80s R&B,
Okay.
soul, hip hop from that era, from that time frame. So that becomes very soothing to me. It kind of takes me to a place like,
It's another
okay.
time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, so it gives me like this nostalgic kind of feeling.
Mhm.
It takes me away from where I currently am and kind of takes me to a happy place back during, or I'm remembering a happy feeling
Right.
or place associated with that song. Um,
Happy
so I listen to a lot of songs on repeat. Right. Oh, Matthew, he's singing for you.
But you know, some music is very transcendent. You know, you can put music on,
Yes.
and it really does. It takes you back to that moment in time, and takes you away from today. And I enjoy
Yes. Look at Matthew.
just reminiscing. He's smiling. He had
I'm not
all that.
mad. I'm not
I
even
got
mad.
sprayed
I'm
before I could
so
talk to
not
you.
mad. I would have took my own glass. Like, put it in here. Yeah. So, that's what's up. And you have to take all of the precautions that you.
I do what works for you. Yeah, what's gonna make you feel
Yes,
good?
please do everything that works for you in this situation because that's who you have to look out for. You're looking out for you.
Yeah.
You look out for you. Sometimes, uh-oh, here we go.
Every
Sometimes
time.
depression comes from inactivity or boredom.
Mhm.
I got a dog during COVID also,
That's
but
what's up.
doing simple things like doing a puzzle or going for a walk in the park help a lot. Yeah,
The dog knows
definitely.
how to do puzzles?
I
Wow. Oh, he does. Oh, he said he got a dog and they do puzzles.
I mean, maybe he take his little paw and push the piece into place, and then take the other paw and pop it down.
You need to put that dog on TV.
Yes, definitely. Had a puppy get a
Puzzle
check.
hound.
Had a puppy get a check. No puzzle hound. That's too funny. Might be cute to watch though. Y'all believe I have a training from 1 to 4?
I don't envy you.
I don't either.
Yeah, I do not.
I think I did it before.
You attending or you presenting?
Oh, thank God I'm not presenting. Oh my God. I look like I'm presenting. You see the shirt collar on this? It's all
You
loose. Let me pull
put
this
on a
down.
virtual show.
Try to look. I know I need a virtual wardrobe,
You know, that would
virtual
be
suit and
something I
tie.
almost
It would be.
I wonder why they haven't thought about that yet.
You know what? I bet we can make that happen. All you have to do is get a green screen, cut it up, and make a shirt out of it. Or just kinda hold it and put your head through it, and
Into
then
it.
that'll all be covered. That'll be your virtual, like, it'll pick that up as the virtual. I might have to try that just for
You
fun,
gonna be talking
just to see what it
heads.
looks like.
It would just be talking heads.
Just floating. Just just
Well, you see how
orbs.
I can't keep still anyway.
I'll be doing this on purpose.
Yeah, call us bobbleheads.
I don't wanna be a bobblehead.
No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna move past that because I just had a visual.
Alright, we got about 15 minutes left in this good show.
That was
We're
another
gonna keep it
cocaine
on the
joke.
up and up.
Yeah, keep it on the up and up.
I'm not fooling with you. I am not fooling
Laughter
with
is
you.
another way. Laughter is another
It
way.
is, it is. Yes, yes, yes. Matthew's comments are coming through twice on here.
He has a twin brother.
Because it would have been Matthew and Mark.
Or Luke. Yeah,
Matthew and Matthias. Yeah, they just keep coming through. Okay. Okay, here we go. He sang a little bit earlier. He'll sing some more.
I sang at karaoke twice last night.
I did a poem on Monday. I didn't
Mm.
do a song. Not this
Which
go
poem
round.
did you
The
do?
last time. Speak softly to me.
What'd you say? What'd you
That.
say?
Yeah. I actually want to go back into that and add some. Do it. I thought it was actually a little bit longer than it was, and it's only about three sections. So I'll probably go back and add one or two more just to build it out a bit and make it more, maybe a little more engaging. But the people seem to like it. I had to
You did.
kind of let them adjust. Everybody was there to sing, and then here I come doing a poem. They're like, "What the hell?" And
But it's
that was
open
it.
mic. It's open mic. Speaking of our word therapy, people are asking me about that.
Well, on Monday, technically, I guess I thought they said it was karaoke, but they did put open mic on the thing. So, I mean,
Mhm.
they allowed it. We did it. We had fun. So, most certainly represented thrive with the people. Um, so we've got about 12 minutes, 11, 12 minutes left. I know I need to get this. I don't know what I did, but it's okay.
And scheduling.
I mean, all I did was register for it, but I mean, technically I registered for it, so it's like it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I was just
Mhm.
looking at the calendar today, like, okay, we've got Thrive Talks at 12. I've got training at 1. I've got my other meeting at 4. So I'm just like back to back from
All
here on
day.
out. I'm just my polo headset. If it goes dead, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You charge it.
Not today.
Mm.
And I left it on accidentally overnight, so the battery wasn't full, you know what I mean? So it's like it kind of goes into sleep mode, but not really.
Okay.
So, you know. But yeah, that's something else that you can do. Mm.
What? Oh,
I
look,
love it. I love it. I
I
love
am
it. What's
paid
going
now.
on?
I am.
He actually is. He's doing a
I'm
good job today.
paid.
Yes, yes. What's going on, Latanya? Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful, safe day. Um,
That was nice to see her.
It was. Nice little pop in. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, pop in, pop in. Um,
And she has to
we've
deal with
got
the people in need of housing. That's
mm,
also still a crisis here in Atlanta. And
definitely.
COVID hasn't helped that at all. You know, um,
No.
People have lost jobs because of COVID, lost opportunities because of COVID, and the bills still are, there. And some of the moratoriums have stopped. Nate, I'm nice nasty. I'm nice nasty.
I ain't got no pots. I ain't got no pots.
And see, I was gonna sing a song for him. Now he don't get nothing. He
Uh-oh.
gets nothing.
Oh, sing a song for the people.
He gets nothing at all.
Latanya said something else. Hold on, here we go. What did we discuss? What did we discuss?
What? Me being
I
nice?
don't know. I guess. I was waiting to see if something else popped up. Not yet. Okay. We'll wait. Give people time to type. But yeah, so let's see. Tonight there is with Renata Art, correct? Realigning with Renata Art. Is that
Hmm.
going on tonight?
Yep.
Wonderful,
And we're
wonderful.
talking
So
about
there is an opportunity.
fetishes and something else tonight.
Really? And what
Hmm.
time is that? I have to flex off so I can flex back on later.
No, it's not a flex.
I said flex off. Talk about on the time clock. I am not. I'm good. We were just talking about stuff, COVID stuff, anti. No, I am not going to no kind of. That definitely won't be happening. Sorry,
It's,
I'm not trying to yuck nobody yum
it's,
at all.
it's at 6:45 to 8:45, and if people hit
Perfect.
me up on Messenger to ask me for the link, I can give them the link.
Yes, or you can email him at bingo.
Boom! You better work. See, ain't no.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
care what nobody say about you.
I don't care either.
And
Only people I care about are those that sign my check
it's every Thursday evening.
and
Uh,
those that help my soul.
see,
Oh, and my mommy, she helps my soul. But yes, that is every Thursday, and you can reach Nathan at thrivess.org. Again, that is Nathan, Nathan, at thrivess.org.
what you call it spells my name, Nathen. Every time at karaoke at mix, and I'll be like, and I put Nathan on there every time
He always types it the other way. Okay.
but I'm
I
not a
don't know.
stickler
I
for
don't know
stuff
what
like
to say to that.
that.
Yeah, just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. I think we have another comment here. What is this? Oh, hmm.
From Africa?
Yes. What is this? Sunny Pretoria in South Africa. I love this hashtag replay from the sunny Pretoria in South Africa. Yes, we will be visiting you soon. Be on the lookout for a Thrive near you.
Elsa.
I am the babysitter.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here. Like
but
Nathan, back in
I would
your.
be off the drops, off the rails. Yes, I would.
That is super cool. That is super cool. I'm very interested in our viewer, our visitor from Pretoria, South Africa. Can't
Isn't
wait
that
to share that
amazing?
up. Yes,
Ain't
that's
that
very cool.
amazing?
We're being seen in all kinds of
We
places.
global.
And
We global.
well, we're gonna have to definitely. Yeah. I'm glad I chose the virtual background today. Broadcasting, coming to you live from the cabin.
White House.
The Thrive Cabin.
Yeah.
Yo. Blue Ridge, Blue Ridge. That's very cool. And probably would happen. I wouldn't doubt it.
That
So
could.
what else is on the agenda for the week?
For me, nothing much. Nothing much at all.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
limiting, I go out on Wednesday because I have the event. And so I've been trying to just
Mhm.
make that my weekly event. And just that way I know I'm limiting myself to just that space.
Latanya wants to join us. I'm trying to let her in for these last couple minutes.
I wonder what she's going to look like. You
We
know,
about to find
you
out.
never know. You never know.
All right, Latanya, we got about 4 minutes. Come
I
on in
was
the room.
my last time with her, she had a turban up to here, looking like Nefertiti.
Right. So I will keep everyone posted if we do have another Thrive SS engagement at the karaoke night. I'll make sure that I put that into the network. Again, we were supposed to try to do it this coming Monday as well, but since we don't have any COVID tests at the moment, we may not be doing it. But if that changes, I'll let everyone know. Um, Aside from that, we have some great news about the app moving into its next iteration. So what we're doing now is converting everything over to that. So definitely stay tuned. We want to make sure that you all have access to the new and improved Thrive 365 as it becomes available. So definitely be on the lookout for links into doing the surveys and filling out to access the app. And we have Latanya.
Look, Tanya.
Hey
Look. See?
everybody,
Yes,
How
honey.
are
See?
how
you?
y'all doing? I still got the
Doing good.
turban on, Nathan.
Okay.
I'm in my illustrious bedroom. Um, I'm trying to bring up this announcement that I had about some assistance that's available to people in the city of Atlanta through the Urban League.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Give me just a second to find it.
We should have brought you
I
in
was trying to
sooner.
find it before I got on, but
Mhm.
it
Okay.
escaped me.
And what type of assistance is it?
It's financial assistance.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, if you share it with us, we can push it out into the network. I
okay,
know we've got to close
that's
this out
great
in a few
too.
minutes because I've got to jump on to
I
this QI boot
understand.
camp. This good boot
I
camp.
understand.
But
I
I
got
got
to
It's
be
you.
locked down for the rest
through
of the day.
Atlanta. It's called the Income Mobility Program for Atlanta Community Transformation. Impact is the acronym for that. It was started by the former mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms before she left her office, and is a program that is offering uh
Is that the
sorry,
$600
I'm
one?
sorry, up to 300 City of Atlanta residents who are 18 years or older and live below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. It's a total with a total of 55,500 as a cap for the household of four. They will receive $500 per month in guaranteed income during the 12-month pilot period. Applications and surveys must be completed online at www.ulgacoimpact.org between January 26, 8 a.m. until 11:59 p.m. on February 2nd.
So that's Tuesday is when it closes.
Yeah.
So we got a really
I
good
just
chance.
got the information
Mhm.
today from a Facebook friend who works at the Urban League and Boys and Girls Club, Urban League of Greater
Okay.
Milwaukee. I mean, Greater Atlanta. I'm stuck in Milwaukee.
I ain't going all the way to
Bring it back
Milwaukee.
here. Bring it back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll shoot you the information in an email, Mike,
Okay.
so that you can get it
Okay.
out on the network. That's what I was trying to get on for, so I could get that little plug in for
That's
Well,
that
good.
because
thank
I
you.
just
Good.
Yeah,
received
that's
that
awesome.
today.
Because that
Thank
a
you
lot
for
of
that
people don't
information.
know.
This is
Yeah.
definitely the space for it. Hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
All right.
stay
I
Well, we're gonna
will
tuned.
get ready to
bid
wrap
y'all
this
adieu
up.
because I'm not as classy as y'all are today.
You look beautiful every time I see
You
you.
see this rough T-shirt? Don't play with me.
I have on a hoodie and a head wrap, eyebrows not
Good.
done. So oh,
You're a pretty woman.
Yeah,
I don't
you are
even have on
absolutely good.
earrings. Oh yeah, I'm out here all bad.
Yeah, it's all good. We family.
All right.
But
See
I
you later,
enjoyed y'all the
Latanya.
little part that I did catch.
You too. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us. And thank you
All
for that
right.
information again. We'll be
Yeah,
sure to get that
appreciate
out. Don't
that.
forget to send it to me.
Okay,
Impact.
got you. Bye
All
bye.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I
All
remember
right.
they were saying. Remember they had commercials, and the woman was being interviewed, and they would say, "Well, how are they going to determine who that fits?"
Mhm.
But that's a nice little coin, $500 a month,
Yeah, definitely. So
$1,000.
if you're here in Atlanta and you're interested in that, you can send me an email, michael@thrivess.org. Again, once I get the information from her, I'll create something to push into our virtual safe spaces, into our networks, and we can proceed from there. But at this point, we must bid you adieu. It is about that time.
Oh gosh.
Now it's
We're
time
glad
to
we
say
had this time
goodbye.
together.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
And see you again next week, Thursday at
Yepper, next Thursday at
1.
noon.